Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Minecraft adventure. Now, when we left off in the last video, we were in a bit of a rough spot. We found some diamonds, which was great, but we actually fell into a pit of lava, so we've got to start over from scratch. And given that we did die and lose all of our equipment, the first thing that I want to kind of prioritize is getting another map built. And from some of my exploration earlier, I knew that across this pond we had some sugar. And as the sugar cane is one of the best ways to make paper, I wanted to go ahead and harvest the sugar that I could find. But as any responsible person would do, when you harvest a plant, you don't want to just use it all immediately. You want to, plant it and use it, as that makes for some resourcefulness. So I came over here next to a little lake that's next to the mine that we've been extracting our diamonds and other things from, and just kind of plant as much sugar as I can around the edges of the lake. Now we've got a bunch of our materials back together now, so we've just got to make sure that we can make some sticks, and with our new outfit of tools, we are now in the clear to go ahead and continue clearing a few things out. Now, before I actually ran back to my mine, I did want to take a moment and clear out some of the kelp from the seabed here, as I do need to make a decent amount of space. Additionally, kelp is actually a decent alternative fuel if you dry it out and then fashion it into blocks. So this will be a nice thing to burn a separate stove on to keep our turnover of items a little bit more consistent. We get rid of the drowned there, and this particular version of the drowned wasn't too scary, nothing to really be super concerned about. And as I'm coming back home for the evening, after doing a little bit more mining, I ran across this gold armored zombie, so of course I wanted to take some time and try and take him out on the off chance that he drops some of his gold armor. And I got a little ambushed by a different zombie from the backside, but we are able to take both of them out pretty succinctly, and unfortunately he didn't drop any gear. Sometimes they do, but it's never a guarantee. But that's just a little bit unfortunate, and we'll have to procure or make our own version of armor as we continue through. So we make it back home and huddle in for the night. Once we get back to our mine, we actually find some diamonds pretty quickly, and that's a bit of a problem because I have not replenished my iron stock, and that's kind of important for mining your diamonds and other precious stones. So on our way back home to smelt some of the iron ore that we found, I actually do take some time to plunge into that seabed, clear out a bit more kelp, because we still need to kind of focus on drying that out so we can have an alternative fuel source, and again, clearing out the different areas here below us. But as I go around collecting the kelp here, I actually get struck pretty hard from one of these drowned who has a trident, and that's kind of the last that I want to mess with that. So once we actually have our pickaxe made, we do want to come back through and mine out all of the items that we could not pick up previously with our stone pickaxe. So we mine out our vein of diamonds here, and drops down a little bit into that crevice, so we go ahead and clean that up. There's also some lapis lazuli that we can pick up here, and that'll be nice for storing for when we actually get an enchantment table put together. I'm always very surprised at the amount of lapis that is dropped from any given block. We also have some redstone that shows up that will be really awesome for finishing our main attraction that we'll be working on in the next couple of episodes. And so we go through and get all of this redstone cleared out. And after this vein, we actually continue through our strip mining technique and find a bunch more redstone, which is never a bad thing, especially because we can automate some of our farms, some of our entrances, and other things. And we actually stumble across our first little vein of gold as well as we're mining out the redstone, which is certainly a welcome addition. Because gold, though it's not super durable or efficient as iron and other pieces of material, it's still quite handy to have and to use. We check back over with our sugar, and though sugar can grow to a height of 4, there's plenty here for us to form some new paper and get ourselves a new map. Now, one of the other things that I do plan on doing here is typically you want to cut it down to about its first stop, but I'm looking to do a little bit more with that sugar than just leave it there to grow, plant it in a place that's a little more efficient. I was a little confused by that traveling merchant that's down here in my mine, but you know, he's really doing whatever he feels is necessary, I suppose. So we get some more of our iron put together here, and I did not do a depth check before getting into that area, so we are set back a little bit. Luckily, I had my diamonds, my iron, my other items stored in the chest back home, so I'm not as far set back as I was previously, and we can actually get right back into mining pretty much immediately, which is good because we actually end up finding some more diamonds here and some more iron overhead as we continue through our strip mining project. And this vein of iron is actually quite fruitful, and we end up walking away with about 10 new pieces of iron, which we can then use to recover some of our equipment. As I'm running back home, I do end up running into the first Enderman that we've seen, which will be nice given that we will eventually be tracking down some ender pearls and other items as we seek to find an end portal and reactivate that. But for now, we are going to go ahead and run back home because there's a lot of prep that we need to do, especially where we've got our big project that I'm super excited to get started on and share with you. So if you are enjoying this series, please feel free to give us a like and a subscribe as we are getting back into the swing of bringing you daily videos. And be sure to leave a comment if there's things that you're interested in seeing me do in the future. Until then, we're going to reorganize our inventory a little bit, and we will see you with the start of our channel project in the next video. So thanks again for watching, and you have yourself a fantastic rest of your day.